So this is part 3 of Reform or Die. And this is not hyperbole, and it's not really to shock. It's just a fact now. The war that is being waged in Palestine is a precursor to what's going to happen here. And if you don't believe it, it happened in Bosnia, and the brothers and sisters out there did not expect it, and it happened. It was their neighbours. And it was that hatred that was being pumped, and it was the hatred that was being fed up from the grassroots, and then leaders started to emerge, and all of a sudden those leaders enacted their biases and their hatred towards Muslims. Now, our institutions need to educate, and that means a deeper education than what we're getting. Children go through the mosque system to learn how to read Quran, and look, I grew up in a Pakistani household, which meant I learned how to phonetically read the Quran. I didn't really understand it. You got taught some stories on hadith, but we never taught stories about politics. We were never taught stories about how we fit into a society and what the institutions of that society are. So we need to go through that. We need to also be educated on how do we exercise our political rights, and that includes marching, protesting, peaceful protesting, getting involved in politics, getting involved in local politics, getting involved in national politics, becoming part of a cause, being part of the social political fabric of your society. We don't get taught that. And because those institutions and those systems are being used to isolate and demonize us, we now need to. It also means that we need to coordinate that. Everyone doing their own thing is pretty much what we're seeing at the moment when it comes to the pro-Palestinian movements. And look, it's been effective because it's very hard to neutralise, but it's easy to be hijacked. And if you want to look at how it's been hijacked, the Palestinian Solidarity Campaign and Professor David Miller has exposed how they've been infiltrated by the Zionists. They haven't been infiltrated by individual Zionists, institutionally they've been infiltrated. Now that's important. If you think that your movement can't be infiltrated and subverted, you're wrong. You're already seeing how the far right is being infiltrated by Zionists. So you can't be sitting on your hands passively. You now need to raise your game and get out there. And then the last part is act. And the action part, it can start with asking your congregation, asking the Ummah to get out to the marches. Because it's not good enough that every time I go to a march, the Muslims are underrepresented. And when I do talk to Muslims and why they haven't gone to the marches, the worst of them come out with some lame excuses about the types of people that go to the march, as if someone from the LGBT community isn't a valuable human being and their orientation is more important than the death of Palestinians or our voices on opposing the death of Palestinians. So our priorities are all wrong. So we need to start looking at informing, educating, coordinating and acting, and our institutions need to be at the head of that.